Greetings, I'm Kathy Green with Christian News and Interviews. I'm going to be talking to you today about language, the use of language, why language matters, why words matter, and we're going to talk specifically about Joe Biden and his use of the word boy in referencing a 47-year-old accomplished attorney. So Joe Biden said, and I quote, "I'm here with my senior advisor, a boy who knows Louisiana very, very well, and New Orleans, Cedric, Richmond." And then he heard himself saying the word boy. And so at the very end of that snippet, he says man. So he calls him a boy. At the end of the snippet, apparently, you know how your brain catches up? So his brain caught up with what he said. And then he said man. Okay. And so that's been in the news. Did I vote for Joe Biden? Well, let me put it this way. I voted against Donald Trump. So take it how you want to take it. I voted against Donald Trump. I didn't want him back in office. So in that sense, you can say that I voted for Joe Biden. But had I had another choice, I would have voted for someone else. I'm going to be honest. I do see a deterioration. I'm not, I'm not here to diagnose anybody, but from what I see, I see what appears to be a deterioration in Joe Biden's mind. And I hate saying things like that because, again, I'm not a doctor. I can't diagnose him as anything. But he's not the same Joe Biden that he was 4 years ago, in my opinion. He doesn't have that sharp wit that he had definitely 8 years ago. So take it for what it is. Am I finding excuses as to why he called a grown man a boy? No, that's not my job. Why are so many people offended that he called him a boy? I'm going to read a few paragraphs from a very long article called Racial Etiquette, the Racial Customs and Rules of Racial Behavior in Jim Crow America by Ronald L. F. Davis, historian, California State University of Northridge. I don't know what year he wrote this article, but it's excellent. I'm going to post it below. I'm not going to read this entire article to you. It's too long, and you can read for yourself. But let me just read a few paragraphs, and then you'll understand why it is that it is a big deal. Even if Joe Biden meant absolutely no harm, even if Joe Biden sometimes calls white people boy. Even if white people, grown people, sometimes call other white people boy. It just doesn't look right for a white person to call a black person a boy. So let me just read a few paragraphs and you'll understand better. Most Southern white Americans who grew up prior to 1954 expected black Americans to conduct themselves according to well-understood rituals of behavior. This racist etiquette governed the actions, manners, attitudes, and words of all black people when in the presence of whites. To violate the racial etiquette placed one's very life and the lives of one's family at risk. Blacks were expected to refer to white males as in position of authority as boss or captain, a title of respect that replaced master or master, used in slave times. Sometimes the white children of one's white employer or a prominent white person might be called massa to show special respect. If a white person was well known, a black servant or hired hand or tenant might speak in somewhat intimate terms, addressing the white person as Mr. John or Miss Mary. All black men, on the other hand, were called by their first names or referred to as boy, uncle, and old man, regardless of their age. If the white person did not personally know the black person, the term nigger or nigger fellow might be used. In legal cases and the press, blacks were often referred to by the word Negro, with the first name attached, such as Negro Sam. At other times, the term Jack or some common name was universally used in addressing black men not known to the white person. On the Pullman, Pullman, the Pullman sleeping cars on trains, for example, all the black porters answered to the name of Boy or simply George, after the first name of George Pullman, who owned and built the Pullman sleeping cars. I'm going to stop there. Outstanding article. But because of its length, I'm not going to sit here and read this extremely long article to you. But I will advise you, I'm going to post the link below. I will advise you to read it. So based on the history, if nothing else, of that word boy and what it means in black culture and what it has meant in black culture, I would advise people such as Joe Biden to be sensitive to that and to watch your language, because language does matter, even if you meant no harm.